video by oh, I'm gonna butcher this name. Tarto Yep. I think that's how you do it. Tarto Yep. I apologize if I butcher this name. I am just really bad with them. I apologize. But they've been watching, apparently, all the animes that have been coming out this season. We have been watching all of them, but we've been watching a lot. Currently, we're watching 12. We're watching 12 different anime. No, 11 or 12, something like that, different animes. And there are still even ones that I was like, okay, they seem kind of interesting. I don't know if I really can get to them like on with you guys. I might end up having to watch them at some point by myself, but it'd be good to get some recommendations, see someone else's opinions on some of them, and give my own 2 thoughts. Let's get right into this.
Every single spring 2025 anime, so you don't have to. Watched every single spring 2025 anime.
I mean, that's definitely not every single one, because there are a lot. For example, okay, spring. Look how many animes there are. Look how many animes there are coming out this season. Like, and this, I mean, this is pretty normal. There's just a lot that come out in general. But yeah, all of this. And then if you're watching last season to keep up with certain things, like you're still watching this one. You're obviously watching One Piece. I haven't watched any of these ones, so I honestly would not know. But yeah, it's crazy. There are constantly a bunch. And next summer, just a little preview. I mean, we're already the first scroll in is Dan to Dan season 2 and Kaiju number 8. Then we got Shield Hero season 4, and then another one of the vampire anime girl things. Sakamoto Days. Like, it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one. Grand Blue season 2, guys. Summer is gonna be fantastic. Not saying that the spring isn't fantastic. In fact, I think a lot of these animes are really good. Like, really fucking good.
So you don't have to.
And Vigilantes has been good.
But I have watched a lot, and in case you're looking for something good, a hidden gem, or just a rundown of the season, this is where I will be doing my
Lazarus
best to provide. With that being said, here are the best and the worst anime of spring 2025.
Currently, I would put, for what we're watching as like the quote-unquote worst, I would say Your Forma. Your Forma I would put down there just because I feel like you can understand the story, but there are also just things where you're like, okay, that's obviously just them talking about stuff in their world and everything. So, and there's no context around it. So whatever. The characters, the characters I find interesting. Just some of the actual some of the world itself is so confusing. I don't understand. And that's also because I have a tiny peanut brain too. So fair enough. Actually, would I put? Honestly, Fire Force Season 3, some of it's been really good. I wouldn't say it's the worst, but some of it has also just been like rubbing me the wrong way so bad. For example, the Burns and Shinra fight so far, I wouldn't even call it a fight. They had like one exchange for like a minute, and the rest of the last 2 episodes, they've just been standing there staring at each other, and Burns has gone from stage 1 to stage 2, and then they did one more little exchange. Like, literally, they did, like, one exchange, and then he went to level 3, and it's like, okay, man. Everything's being done off-screen in that fight, and I want to be on-screen. It's also a little loud. Hold on, I'm gonna turn it down a bit. That's just loud. Yeah, To Be Hero is phenomenal. Actually fucking peak.
Season 3, and it seems little has changed. Great quality.
Yeah.
Great fights. Enjoyable.
8.2. I'd probably give it a 7. I would give it a 7 with where it's at right now. Well, season 3 specifically, I would give a 7. Now we're talking about the whole series. Yeah, I'd give it like an 8. That's a fair enough score for it.
Until Tamaki is on screen. Unfortunately, that seems to be sticking around. It's only going to be 12 episodes, but we are getting a second part of season 3 down the line in winter 2026. So if you're a Fire Force
fan,
it's
only
going
to be 12. Okay, so it's going to be 2-parter.
Is also back, which I am personally very excited for. I think
I would not put that at 8.8. I would put that at like a 9 right now. Or actually, no, I'd put it at 8.5. I'd put it at an 8.5. I would say it's definitely better than Fire Force currently. Like the current season. Season 2 of Windbreaker is better than Season 3 of Fire Force right now. For me. Could be different. Other people might say it differently. But that's what I think. Yeah, let it marinate. Let that shit marinate.
Went super under the radar despite the fact it is actually quite a popular show. The development in season 1 was incredible, and as of currently, the animation so far in season 2 is even better than
it is. The animation, the choreography, just the intensity. It starts off hot. It starts off like in season 1, like Shinra runs in, not Shinra, I don't know why, I'm stuck on Fire Force, sorry. Sakura runs in and he just starts fighting some thugs and stuff like that. I mean, the beginning of season 2, they're going in and fighting these guys. It's a whole brawl just from the get-go, and I loved it. I absolutely. Then the second years came in, 3 of them, the second year rep, and he just washed them.
Season 1. Narratively, I'm excited to see what Keel can offer to the story. So if you're a Windbreaker fan, get
Keel
excited.
Is gone. Nah, Keel is gone. Keel is okay. Hold on. When was this made? 1 sec. 2 days ago? Okay, so maybe he's not caught up, but Keel is gone. Keel has been disbanded as of the recent episodes. I mean, the last episode was more of like a introductory to the next arc and some of the new characters that we're going to see in that arc.
Go-Go Loser Ranger is back with this second season, which is great because
wait, there's a second season of Go-Go Loser Ranger? Hold on. Wait. There's a second season of Go-Go Loser Ranger. I would definitely put that at also an 8. I'll be real. Granted, I don't know what... Okay. I would put season 1 at like an 8. I don't know what season 2 is at because I haven't seen it, but okay. Okay. I gotta watch it. See, like I said, there's gonna be ones in here that I have no clue, or I'm not even gonna be like, oh yeah, there was that. I should watch that, but you just get so caught up in other things, man. What can you do? Either way, that's a good one. All right, that's one.
Season 1 was super fun. Unfortunately, it's still under Disney Plus, so good luck watching that legally. Shoshiman series also returns with the season 2.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I must say, you said a key word right there. Like, come on, dude. We're all pirates. We're living on the high seas. I'm fine with living on the high seas if you're living on the high seas. Shoot.
Just so awesome because
Shoshiman
was easily one of the best anime of 2024 and went completely under the radar. It's a little slow paced, but if you can stick it out, Shoshiman series will reward you. Aharon-san is coming back as well, which is the little fidgets Shoshiman's and went completely under the radar. Was
I mean, it looks good.
One of the best anime of 2024 and went completely under the radar. It's a little slow paced, but if you can stick it out, Shoshiman series will reward you. Aharon-san is coming back as well, which is the little fidget spinner / meme show, if anyone remembers it. And
nope.
This one's long. I've been killing slimes for /
wait.
show, if any.
Why are you putting that as a 7.3? 7.5, my guy. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Maybe as like a comedy gag anime, you could say like reaches at least like a 6, but bringing it up a whole nother point. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so maybe there's like some important plot or some really good story behind it. I have no clue, but for the most part, this seems like it'd be one of the most boring animes to watch. This seems like a throwaway anime if I've ever seen a throwaway anime.
As well, which is the little fidget spinner.
Look at the animation of it. Look at the character design. Dude looks weird.
It, and this one's long. I've been killing slimes for 300 years.
Yeah, I heard of this one.
Level.
Yeah, I heard about this one.
Season 2 is also back. So if you like either of those.
Nope. Did not watch it. I don't think I'm going to watch it. What do you give? You gave this a 7.1? Interesting. Okay.
Level.
That is such a crazy name. Animes with that long a name is so fucking.
So if you like either of those, I guess be happy. Moving on from the sequels, Witch Watch is the newest jump series to hit the anime scene, and it's fun and everything I hoped it would be from a jump fan. It's a fun slice of life romance series mixed with some bits of action, so it can appeal to a surprisingly large audience. Also, Lily Pichu is doing the dub. Everything in the sequels.
What is this called? Witch Watch? You gave it a 7.5. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I can't say one way or the other, but it looks pretty pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty fucking funny. Witch Watch
is the newest Jump series to hit the anime scene, and it's fun and everything I hoped
I also
it would be
like
from
her
a
hair.
Jump fan.
Her
It's
hair
a fun
looks really
slice-of-life
cool.
romance series mixed with some bits of action, so it can appeal to a surprisingly large audience.
Oh, look at
also,
that.
Lily Pichu is
Love
doing
at
the
first
dub
sight.
for the main girl, Nico, which is pretty cool. Lazarus is a weird show because it was the most hyped new show coming into the season,
you gave it a
something just
7.5?
feels off. A clean show, a really clean show made by Mappa. The animation is incredible, and the Cowboy Bebop vibes it gives off are so obvious. But one of its biggest problems is that it isn't Cowboy Bebop, even though it really wants to be. Another problem is the lack of urgency when the show is about creating an emergency vaccine. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but don't take this as it being bad. It's a fine show, and I'd even guarantee if you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop, you'll have a fantastic time with it. But
I'd say even if you watch Cowboy Bebop, you'd have a great time with it, my guy. Hold up. He gave this a 7. I would give this like an 8 to an 8.5, dude. I would put this right up there with like Fire Force and like Lazarus and Windbreaker at that point, because at the very minimum, because it is very good. Like, the choreography is phenomenal. The animation looks really good. The actual story is good. I get what he's saying. Like, and anyone with any type of brain would understand and be able to make those comparisons and be like, yeah, it's trying to have the same vibe. But you can also see where it takes on its own. It has inspiration. There we go. Even though it has clear inspiration from Cowboy Bebop, that shouldn't be a bad thing if it's trying to emulate it. And if you're just constantly comparing it against Cowboy Bebop, obviously you're going to have some type of... I mean, I love Cowboy Bebop too. Cowboy Bebop is better than Lazarus because it is the OG. It is just a nostalgia factor for me. And I assume it's probably similar with this person too. But I don't know, man. I think that's a pretty harsh critique to have over an anime that is just really good, especially considering this is on Adult Swim, and Adult Swim has just not been putting out like clean, good animation, good quality stories or anything like that for the past couple of years. To have this, it's a breath of fresh air, and it's fucking phenomenal. I do not agree with that,
something just feels wrong when I'm watching.
Dude, Cowboy Bebop is a classic. Cowboy Bebop is literally one of those ones that you like recommend to beginner watchers, and I would say this is a similar type of anime you can do that to, because people are gonna have fun, they're gonna enjoy it, and I mean, we're watching it too. I enjoy the hell out of it. It is so fun. The chase scenes, phenomenal. The last fight scene where Axel like jumped onto a helicopter, great.
This show.
That's a phenomenal anime.
My Hero Academia is back, but in spin-off form with something I have been very excited for in My Hero Academia, Vigilantes. It's basically just the My Hero world, but at the street level of ordinary people. It's also gone for this kind of crazy comic book style, which I think is awesome. I love the vibe of this.
I mean, the thing is, My Hero Academia, even the OG one has it with like the onomatopoeias appearing when like you do like the bam, the pow, the wabap type of thing. For when people are punching and shit. It's just My Hero Vigilantes takes it a little bit further and actually really kind of leans into like that art style, which I enjoy a lot. I think is very fun. I really am enjoying I'm really enjoying Vigilantes. I would say it's still My Hero though. It's still like pretty generic, pretty easy to guess what's going to happen, and because if you've watched the regular My Hero Academia, you kind of have an idea as to what's going to happen and and like things that might transpire throughout the series. I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously. I mean, I've read the manga and I know how it ends and everything, but I will say I find it very good. Like the actual animation for what they're doing for it, I think it's phenomenal. Like it is phenomenal. I really like Yoichi as a character. Like I love the main cast we have here. It's just nothing is how do I say, nothing is just nothing is like an extreme difference from My Hero Academia is basically where I'm getting at. Like the characters, it's still the same world. The inspirations, all that type of stuff. I mean, it's good. Like it, loving it, think it's great. I'd probably give this I probably would put this at like a 7.5 myself. Yeah, I'd probably put this at like a 7.5.
Comic-styled anime. I'm also so surprised with the animation so far, considering the main storyline couldn't even get animation that's good. So if you're a My Hero fan, I'd seriously check this out. It's absolutely...
that is fair. Up until recently, the recent stuff in the My Hero Academia series has been phenomenal because we're getting towards the end of everything, so...
worth it. Speaking of spin-off series, Gundam is back with Mobile Suit Gundam GQ.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I
don't know how to feel about it. I really loved the Witch from Mercury Gundam anime, and while style-wise, I think GQX is doing much better, narratively, it's struggling a lot more. The music, animation, vibes are all so good in this, but character-wise, nothing is intriguing, and world-wise, it's everything we've seen in previous Gundams. I think it's worth a watch for Gundam fans, but I think if you're not really that big into mecha, which is the majority of anime fans, this is a pretty easy skip.
Yeah.
I'm not watching this.
I'm not watching. I am not watching this. I will not watch this. I refuse to watch this. Yeah, I quote unquote watched it is the best way to say it. So what I did was I turned it on because we watched a video with Chibi and he talked about it. I literally just skipped through the whole thing. I maybe watched 5 minutes of the actual anime of like the first episode and then after that I was like, yeah, I don't want to watch any more of this. I'm good. Oh man, that anime, that shit is weird, dude. I am not interested in it. Nope.
Care if it's good.
I'll give just about anything a shot.
I'm not watching this.
Everything gets one shot, but no.
What is, bro? There is nothing I wish more for than for her to suffer. She is why NTR exists, or at least that's what SidSnap said.
Pretty much. I got to the point where she explained her powers and I was like, okay, I'm good.
Can a Boy Girl Friendship Survive is a ridiculous show. It's about a girl named Hamari who is insistent she never wants to be in a relationship despite constantly reminding the main guy that they should marry at age 30. The same girl basically plays Cupid for the main guy and another girl, and when it works out, she gets very angry about it. It's an absolute... Hamari who is insistent she never wants to survive is a ridiculous show. It's about a girl named Hamari who is insistent she never wants to be in a relationship despite constantly reminding the main guy that they should marry at age 30. The same girl basically plays Cupid for the main guy and another...
They like each other, sets up
girl, and when it works out, she gets very...
Then gets mad, it works out. What? That sounds stupid, dude.
Very angry about it.
That sounds toxic as fuck.
Ridiculous show, and I actually kind of like it. Despite the fact quality-wise, this has no business being anywhere near the top of the season, the show has actually been generating quite a bit of heat with the proof of that tweet I initially read out. The show is getting a lot of reactions from people, and that is a great thing for an anime like this that doesn't really stand out all that much.
Sure, okay. I mean, I'll take his word for it. I haven't seen it. Probably not gonna watch this one. I'll be real with you. It just seems kind of stupid. Stupid high school bullshit love triangle things. It's not up my alley. I am not interested in that.
It's gonna be really obvious whether this show is for you or not. I'd give it a try either way, though. Let's do a quick isekai run. The beginning after the end has really bad animation, and I'm not going to tell you the same joke for the 50th time about it. From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman, I'll tell you the same joke.
I would I don't know if I'd give it a 5. See, that's what I mean. Actually, maybe I would give this a 5. I'd give it a solid 5. Yeah, 5.5, something like that.
Beginning after the end has really bad animation, and I'm not going to tell you the same joke for the 50th
I'd put
time
like, and just for reference, I'd put like Your Former, which is the one that I'm kind of just like on. It's not really, I don't really think it's either, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's amazing either. Pretty much about the same as I would say with this. I put it at a 5, just a little bit lower.
it. From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman is okay.
Heard about
Isekai
this one.
enjoyers will like this. The Unaware Atelier Master
I was recommended this one. I don't know if how much I'm going to enjoy it, but I will watch it and we'll see. Maybe I'll have a different opinion in terms of like where he's putting it. Again, he puts a lot at 7, and unless he like really dislikes it, he puts it at like a 5, you know? Yeah, like we haven't seen anything below a 5 yet, which is kind of interesting because if you have a up to 10 scale, you might as well use the first 5 numbers at some point. Otherwise, it's otherwise your scale seems a little skewed. Now, see, I will say mine. I mean, mine will probably look relatively similar. You know, like people watch what they want to watch. They watch stuff that they like. However, there are I would think there's more of a range. After this, I'll give a quick rundown, I guess, of where I put all of mine so far.
Isekai enjoyers will like this. The Unaware Atelier Master is the Master Swordsman show, but bad. I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire.
Haven't seen any of these.
Probably pretty bad. The Brilliant Healer.
What do you mean is probably pretty bad? Don't say that. What are you talking about, man? You're supposed to have watched these.
Empire is probably pretty bad. The Brilliant Healer's new life in the shadows is just pretty bad all around.
Yeah, and this is what I mean. There are all these ones where you're saying they're pretty bad. They're still at 6s. You know, they're still like high, like above average animes. If you're saying it's bad, then make it like a 5 or a 4. Like that's literally what I'm saying. Like, if you think it's bad, it needs to be below a 5. If you think it's above average, it needs to be above a 5. If you think it's just middle of the road, anywhere in the 5 range is kind of where that goes. At least that's how I do shit. Because otherwise everything just seems like it's still better. You're saying it's bad, but you having a 6.7 right here still means that it might still be worth a watch because it's better than average. It's better than a basic anime. It's a little bit better than, it's got something other than your basic non-starter isekai anime, unless it does have that. And if it does have that, then you might as well have it below it.
Oh, but bad. I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire is probably pretty bad.
Probably
the Brilliant
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but I don't
know. Pretty bad all around. They went pretty light on the isekai this season, so that's pretty neat. I think To Be Hero X is the best anime this season, and this is coming from somebody who hasn't really been a fan of what I consider to be overhyped Chinese anime. I thought Click was good, but nowhere near best anime of the year, and do not get me started on Modao Zushi. To Be Hero X is a world where you gain
I actually haven't seen that. I've seen Link Click. I thought Link Click was good. I didn't think it was like the greatest anime ever, though. That's the thing. I did think they did a great job in terms of like actually pacing with that anime and flushing shit out pretty much. I thought it was very different than what your usual Chinese like anime pacing is, where it's like non-stop, constant, one thing after the next, and it's just all big bombastic stuff. This was really interesting characters that had like a bit of a story and a plot that you could kind of like sit with and unravel with and kind of like think upon for a while. I thought it was nice. At least that's what I did. To Be Hero is subverting the conception perception of a superhero and what the belief and trust that people have in a superhero can both be a benefit but also a detriment to them at the same time. I think that's just phenomenal. I would definitely put this as one of the top ones, if not the top one, because of how interesting it is. The only other ones I would say that really take that spot for me, and notice how we had an 8.5, I would have Lazarus at like an 8.5, and it would probably go down to like the hundredths, like so 0.01 to determine which one's better. But it would be Lazarus, To Be Hero X, and it would be Rock Is Your Lady's Modesty. So
hasn't really been a fan of what I consider to be overhyped Chinese anime. I thought Link Click was good, but nowhere near best anime of the year, and do not get me started on Modao Zushi. To Be Hero X is a world where you gain powers based on trust level. Trust is essentially how much faith the public has in you, which can power you up. So if you do a positive act in public, you gain power, but if you're in a scandal or something like that, you lose power. So it turns this superhero show into a battle of popularity and who can fake it till you make it the best, and that is an interesting premise. On top of
it's
also trying something I've never seen before, which is mixing 2D and 3D animation together.
Okay, so he is mixed. He did miss a point of it. So the other point that they're trying to get home with this, like I said before, I mean, he's right. He's 100% right. It is a very interesting facet of it is the fact that people's trust and the trust that they have in you is what gives you your power. So the more people like believe in you, the stronger you get. Very cool, very interesting. I mean, that type of thing has been done before. What makes it really different, in my opinion, that you really haven't seen in other animes and in other superhero stuff that even does stuff similar to like, oh, people's belief, the more faith people have in you, the stronger you get. Nothing is quite as what it seems. Everything has, because as he says, it's a popularity contest, so they have to put up these guises in these fronts. But because they also have to put it up, they have to suffer. Like, I think that is such an interesting power system and just how it affects the psyche of the characters that receive powers. Because it means even heroes need saving.
Super well so far. On top of all this, Sawano is doing the music, which just instantly makes every moment better with incredible tracks. To Be Hero X is the closest thing I can think of to a for sure hit quality-wise, and I'm gonna say it is the best anime this season. Kowloon Generic Romance is a show worth watching. This anime takes place in Kowloon, the walled city, where despite being a slum city, people often feel a sense of nostalgia from it.
I really like that intro.
This season. Kowloon Generic Romance is a
Kowloon Generic Romance. Interesting. Yes, this is one of the ones that I see that I was thinking about for a while. Yeah, this is one of the ones I was debating on whether we were going to watch it on stream or not. Maybe we'll watch this one on stream, because this is one that I was actually very interested in. When I read the synopsis about it, the plot about it, it was actually very, very interesting. But we were already at I think we were already at 11 by that point. And then Heavenly, Heavenly, you suggested that we watch Classic Stars too. And so we started watching that also. So now... Yeah.
In Kowloon, the walled city, where despite being a slum city, people often feel a sense of nostalgia from it. It's dark and gritty, but something about Kowloon, the walled from it. It's dark and...
I'm just looking at the actual scenery because it just looks so good. Like, it looks so good. It's dilapidated, empty, worn down. Like, oh my gosh, whatever synonym you want to use for it. But yeah, and then the fan up here.
Gritty, but something about Kowloon, the walled city, keeps people in. While initially disguising itself as a romance series, there is something wrong with this place. Whether it's this strange mechanical ball up in the sky, or the weird coincidence of what feels like a clone of our main character previously existing, there's something wrong with Kowloon Generic Romance, but in the best way possible.
See, this might be that sleep. This seems like this would be that sleeper anime that people should be talking about. This is that real sleeper anime. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I know I said To Be Hero X is the best anime this season, but Anne Shirley is my favorite anime this season. Anne Shirley is a novel which had an anime, which also got like 20 movies, which also is now getting a remake anime. I actually had no idea anything Anne Shirley related even existed prior to watching this anime, and I've had such a good time with this show. Anne Shirley is just a ball of energy that is so fun to watch. I love how everything is presented in this show. show. Whether it's the beautiful scenery of Prince Edward Island in Canada or the unique speech of country-born people, at least in the dub, everything about the show is new and fresh. Anne Shirley is like no other character I've seen in anime. I would be incredibly surprised if you could even find a character similar to her and her imagination. The show is a bright spot in the cesspool of seasonal anime that any slice of life fan should have as a must-watch. That's all.
Interesting. You know what? He gave that such a vote of confidence and such high regards. I am going to throw that in. And Shirley. Yeah, I'm going to watch this. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the art style, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of like the coloring book, like background and everything, but hey, or not, well, coloring book of like the, what's the nursery? Yeah, there we go. Nursery rhyme book type of background, you know, but hey, if it has a good story, if the character is as interesting as, because that's a big thing to say. I mean, to say that there's no other character like Anne Shirley. But anyways, I think that was the last one. Unless maybe not.
I like the Gorilla Girl anime too, but I couldn't think of it until now. So that's cool. If you like the video, like the Gorilla would have as a must watch. That's all I got. Except I like the Gorilla Girl anime too, but I couldn't think of it until now. So that's cool. If you like the video.
You like the Okay, fair enough. I really like this. I got a couple of good animes out of this for sure that I can watch now. Now, I do disagree with certain aspects. My biggest thing is, the biggest disagreement we probably have is definitely the Lazarus thing. Like, I think Lazarus is probably as good as, what is it? Is just as good as, To Be Hero. Maybe just a little bit behind it. But yeah, I think it has a very good placement up there. Now, I did say I was going to go over the ones that I have. So, actually, I'll keep this full up. I want to add Anne Shirley in because I'm going to watch that. Let's see. I'm going to watch that on my own at some point, and I'll probably add that into this list. What other ones did he have us add? Which watch? And I'm just gonna do Kowloon. Yeah, I'll do that. So those are the three that I got from this video that I'm gonna watch, or at least start, and we'll see what the opinion is of those. Because those are also those are like the highly recommended ones from him too. So who knows? Those might also hit into like the high ones, and then I might even watch like maybe one of the other ones just to like get a comparison, see if I can find something that I'm like, okay, here's like a really low one that we can put like as the metric, as the constant for what is trash for this season. We'll see. That's kind of fun. Huh. Maybe we'll do this more. Maybe we'll do this when we get new stuff like this. Anyways, that's gonna be it for that. Definitely check out Tarto Yep. I'm gonna keep saying it like that, but keep checking them out. Go check them out. I'll probably check some of their stuff out too to see if there's any other interesting things. Like, look at that. Talk about Orb, right up my alley. Orb is phenomenal. But yeah, that's gonna be it for that. We gotta move on, gamers. Hey, what is up? You are an absolute legend if you made it this far in the video. I really appreciate it, and if you could just do me one more quick favor, hit that like and subscribe button down below. It really helps me out. I stream on Twitch Wednesdays to Saturdays, starting around 12 p.m. EST. And yeah, there's plenty of crazy unhinged madness that goes on over there too. So I hope to see you there, and I'll catch you in the next video.